Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
The front shoulder's off first. You're gonna pull it wide. Basically, cut all this out. You'll see it where it's shoulder blade, and just pull it as you cut, and you'll see where the shoulder blade goes up to. You'll just cut right around it, and then follow it on the back side, like so. You got the esophagus here. You'll basically cut right above it, and it'll pull down like that. You'll cut that whole piece off. You can keep it if you want. It makes a cool, you smoke it and makes a good dog's chew toy or like a treat for them. Cut all the meat off the neck that you want, like for ground. Or if you want to do a roast, like go back as far as you want on it. And then use the lopper to cut it right on the spine. And you could throw that whole chunk in your crock pot to slow cook. Make anything, if you want it as a roast, or you just cut the meat off for ground. Now, it's gonna be cut up just off for ground. You did it in spaghetti, beef stroganoff, enchiladas. So, you don't want to get into the backstrap of it because that's gonna be the next cut that we're working on. You've got all this like side meat and everything that we're going to pull off on the next deal, but essentially you want to leave your back straps where you can get to them. Anything that's covering them can come off though. All that's good grind. This is all still good grind. We'll get off in a little bit, but we're basically clearing the path to get to your back straps and then work our way up the deer. Alright, so we're going to pull off this top layer of meat here, this inside on both sides, all the way up from the top. We'll come down, and then we'll take all this liner off of it as well. Although it'll grow right back as soon as it gets wet. We'll take it off. And you'll basically run the bottom of the back strap. Just run it down right here. There's your tenders inside. They'll stay next to them. You don't want to cut them. You'll see where they separate. But you'll run down to the rib. All that is good ground. So just work your way down the ribs. You'll see rib bones get exposed as you're doing it. And you can do this with anything. So if you shoot an antelope, if you shoot an elk, anything y'all got, you can do it with it.
Super tedious.
Alright, so to get your meat lollipops, your tomahawk steaks, whatever you want to call it, you'll go to your top rib bone, put your knife on it, work your way in, all the way to the spine, on both sides, all the way through your back strap to where you're going. Then you're going to count down 8 bones. You're going to go to your 8th bone, put your knife in, do the same exact thing. Front side, back side. Then you're going to spin it back around for as long as you want the bone. That's how far you'll go. You'll just poke a hole. All the way down. You do it on the inside, right by the spine. Then you set your knife down, get something else. Any kind of saw to cut through the bones that you cut the holes in. The holes really serve no purpose other than to get your blade of whatever you use in. And then saws don't always get the meat, so you'll go through just cut whatever meat was still holding it. Now your rib meat here, that is just more grind. Go through all of them. Some people like to keep them, and you can smoke them like any other ribs, or you can debone them completely, get all the meat out from the middle of them, this chunk of meat, and we'll come back to it. You got your holes poked, right? Before we get to those, we're gonna go through, make sure it's trimmed up how you want it to look. Come back and get all this layer later. But you're just gonna do it like your regular backstrap. Go to the spine, work your way all the way down. And there you go. You got your holes here. Now we're gonna go through, use the same saw, and cut the bone right here. Fold it out. You go through just like the front. Trim it all off. Get your meat, like so. Just work it down. Then you come back, cut this off. And all that goes right in there to the grind. You'll do that with all of this. And then you go through. They've already got theirs done. But you cut all your rib meat from top of the back strap to the end of your bones.
Why is it 8 ribs?
Because if you go any further than 8, unless it's a big animal, it's not much like backstrap meat. Yeah, your meat's gonna get smaller. That's the amount of meat per lollipop you're gonna have.
It's pretty perfect.
Whereas like on the other end, you know, it's
Yep, I got you.
you can keep it more uniform going 8.
Yeah.
Gotta have these tapped in.
It's all ground. So when I clean mine up, I'll get it this far and then I'll package it like this. When I get home,
You'll clean it to present it kind of thing.
I'll take fishing line. You wrap fishing line around it, pull it, you wrap fishing line tight around the bone, and when you pull it, it just strips the meat completely off. It's crazy. So venison, this right here, you can't eat it, but you do eat it, right? So the meat, you can feel it, it's already starting to build another layer of it up. As soon as you peel a layer off of it, you think you got fresh meat.
And there's another
This stuff, the meat turns into this on the outer layer. It's how they heal their wounds, it's how they heal themselves. It just covers itself back up. This is where it goes into the vacuum sealer for me. I'll wash it, throw it in the vacuum sealer, and then whenever I go to eat it at home, pull it out. Before it's completely thawed, I'll trim off this meat that's left over on the rib. I'll cut out the silver skin right there, which is just a little line, and it makes the meat real pretty looking. It makes it a little more flexible, and yeah, then you smoke it. You can smoke it wrapped up like so, or just lay it flat, smoke it like that, or cut individual medallions on it, and you have individual tomahawk steaks. I'm not going to touch the tenders because we're going to use that's your filet mignon when you do a T-bone steak. So we're going to come back and cut T-bones out of this section here. So we're not going to mess with those right now. I'm not going to cut his back straps in this area either because that's the other side of your T-bone. So that same line where we went down with our ribs, We're just gonna do your traditional style back strap. Go right up to the spine, hug it all the way down till your knife bottom's out. Then you're good. This side you can see where your back strap is. Right there's your back strap. And that line goes all the way down to there. When you get inside, slowly pick it. Cut this away from the ribs a little bit, just to get you a little headway room so you can fit your hands in there. And just pick at it. Apply a little pressure going down. Come back, make sure you're getting as much of that as possible. This isn't your pretty side of the steak. So if it's a little choppy, so be it. That's your back strap. We'll go through, we'll clean this off, we'll remove this silver skin, and then that's the ugly side. Your pretty side will be smooth. All right, so what we're gonna do, we got a little bit of flakes here, but essentially this line here, this is just leftover crap. Okay, we're gonna come through, trim all that off, flip it over, ugly side up, cut through, not all the way though, okay, because this is what you want out of there. You're gonna cut down to a little layer, you're just gonna push it.